Welcome back, WeArEuS, and this is Enderal. Now, we were going to... What is this? Now, we were going to continue on with the story. That was the original plan, but I want to first see what's up with the... What is... I'm guessing I could go there and figure out what these things are and what they're doing. Because there doesn't seem to be anything I can do with them at present. But we're not going to do that right now. It also doesn't seem to even be a landmark, so there's also that. What else? Wait, what? I already have this version, though. What else did we need? This and swap to... Good enough. There's someone else here. Nope, nope. I've settled the feud. I will not shed blood needlessly unless I am attacked first. Now, I think I went the wrong way. I approached this one from this side. No, this way. Now, as I was saying, we were going to continue with the story, but I figured that I may not get another chance to do this before I forget this place even exists. So, let's visit the old Starling Mine. So, it's pretty dark in here. Let's see. And then... that's all we need. Appears to be a spider. Better go with this and... oh, this guy didn't die easy, did he? Ooh. Okay, I want to cast Silence. No mercy. I like it. We have this. I don't. What do I do? What can I do with spider eggs? No. I don't think so. Light's about to go out. Now I'm going to try and make this. Yeah, we'll take this. I'm going to try and make this trip as quick as possible so we can get back on the road and move the story along. That way I get to test out Selma's rage against people who are a little bit more durable. Of course, the navigator we fought in the... what was it? The Starling ship that had crashed. That was a good fight. I really enjoyed that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's weird that you're even here. But I appreciate your eyes being here and not somewhere else. I don't... I'll take that, but I'm leaving everything else. Well, I have to say, it looks like it's just going to get worse. What else do we need? We have the Divine Shield on. Let's see. Right, the shield, that's what I was missing. So it takes a while for the shield to produce the spell ward. I say a while, but it's actually pretty fast. Light magic and handicraft. That said, that split second means everything as far as I'm concerned. Excuse me, sir. You pay for the sins of your friend. Rude. Aha. Wait. Well, you certainly died. I needed a paper roll for a soul, I think. Ooh. Ooh. Well, as far as I'm concerned, this endeavor has paid off. Ooh. How did I almost miss this? I actually walked up to this thing. But I was so focused on the machine behind it. And I already have soil elemental. See, that's one of the things that really bothers me about the game sometimes, is that I can just find a Ooh, no. What? Is that I can just find pretty powerful spells if I'm patient enough. But what if I never actually go to the places where I can find them? Is it still a waste or not? Um... Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a soul. Pretty sure. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it was on the list of things that needed to happen. I may have screwed up saving. Nah, we didn't screw up. We are getting some funky audio business going on. Ooh. Sure is very, very clear down here. Where did... Okay. So this opens out back onto the desert. Alright, I figured we may as well cut to here anyway. I have not sold all of the stuff that we earned by wandering through that cave, but this way. But that's fine. Ah, saved your life. You know that old... Anyway.
Sierra, I heard about what happened on Half Moon Island. It's a wonder you and that mercenary made it back alive. But war, it just seems so unreal. How has it come to this? Now we not only have to fight these high ones, but also some fanatic who thinks he knows best.
Let's see. You know, this response would seem appropriate if we hadn't actually spoken with the High Ones ourselves in the previous episode. I think it was last episode, right? Pretty sure. Anyway, as far as the High Ones are concerned, the guy is a self-elected emissary. They don't care about him in the slightest. They don't even seem to care about the idea of using him. He's doing what they want anyway. Why would they manipulate him to any other end? So let's go with the flippant option. I mean, there's nothing better than an unnecessary war while poised at the brink of extinction, right?
I know you mean that as a joke, but I'm afraid it's not too far from the truth. Tell me, Sierra, how is it possible that our beliefs about what's best for mankind are so different? Why are we so eager to be at each other's throats?
If anything, this seems to be the most pragmatic answer. Violence often seems like an easy answer, especially if times are hard, like now.
Suffering leads to more suffering. Yes, that makes sense. You know what I find so hard to understand? Why there are so few people who actually care. So few people who feel the need to change something like you and I do. There are moments I just feel so powerless. As if we all know that if we keep going like this, we're headed for a catastrophe. But instead of changing course, we just stand by and watch. Do you know the feeling?
So you're questioning why so many people just seem to write this off as someone else's problem.
Yes, I mean, is it so hard to see that this world could be such a better place if we'd only care a tiny bit more about something other than what's happening in front of our doorsteps? You understand what I'm trying to say, don't you? You know that feeling too.
I don't disagree with her, but I also understand why people are the way they are. I mean, it's better than feeling helpless. Looking at something as being someone else's problem if it's something that you know full well that you would be out of your depth trying to deal with. You can't really blame someone for just raising their head to the sky and pretending the issue doesn't actually exist. So the last answer would probably be the most realistic. I also hate the bit of edge that that is in it, or at least that sounds to me to be in it. Yeah, I know what you mean, but frankly, I stopped worrying about other people not worrying enough a long time ago.
I wish I could do that. Whenever I think about it, I find it so hard not to get angry. Take all those upper city snobs with their colorful garments and exotic perfumes. They could put all that money to such good use if only they wanted to, but no, they don't. Because they just don't give a damn about the poor. Sometimes I imagine going down there, grabbing one of them by the collar and dragging them down into the Undercity. And there I'd force them to see, just for once. But even that probably wouldn't help. I guess we only care about the things that directly affect us. Who fights against poverty if he's never suffered from it?
Fair point, unfortunately.
Yes. And once again, you've had to listen to another deluge of my whining. I guess I'm just not a person for pleasantries. Sorry.
I don't see why you're sorry. To me, it's time well spent.
Anyway, I need to make some preparations now. Master Bartar requested my support with something, and I shouldn't keep him waiting any longer.
So what else do we need to do? Right, I almost forgot about these two. I checked on the map, and to visit them, I would have to head to Aurora's. I would have to go all the way to Aurora's tower, which is way out there and really inconvenient. For just a quick stop by. Craig and Sir Copperhammer's house. Oh, right, that's that story. That's the side quest I sort of started before. Let's see.
Keep walking.
You're hurting for a squirtin'. Now, after we finally get our next objective, I'm going to head... Wait. Oh, they want me to go this way. After we get our next objective, I'm going to go ahead and go shopping, do some selling, the usual stuff off camera.
That's ridiculous. We have to at least try to negotiate.
You know his demands. There's no basis for negotiation.
I've
He
arrived.
has not seen what we have seen. The writings, the memories of the Prophet.
Lashiri.
If he just realized.
My dams, my sirs,
Shit.
Oh,
What
right.
took you so long?
They don't know
And
yet.
where is Constantine?
that's a long story.
And those were his final words? I can't believe it.
Simply another victim of the High Ones. If we do not activate the beacon soon, he won't be the last.
Oh, right. The beacon. If it's activated, we'll simply glow the red madness away, won't we? Or maybe we could, for once in all this, do something that actually makes sense and focus our resources on finding an alchemistical or thaumaturgical solution to this problem, rather than trusting in a pile of scrap metal.
Oh, by the prophet's ass, won't you just shut up for a minute? All day long you do nothing but babble, getting on our nerves, and nothing you ever say gets any closer to a fucking solution. So why don't you just shove off to one of the bathhouses? Go torture the washerwomen with your never-ending lamentations. That would be helpful for a change.
You will take that back.
Will I? Come here and make me. I'd be delighted.
Blasphemy!
Guard your
This
tongue,
is blasphemy!
wild mage, or...
Or what? Are you gonna kill me? That's what you do best, you and your fucking order.
Silence! You are angry, Lishari Pegast, and I understand why. But in the moment you let that anger destroy this alliance, Firespark's sacrifice will have been in vain. Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
No. No, it isn't.
Good. I am tired of this endless bickering. We have a responsibility, and we will fulfill it.
Well said, Oranthio. And how exactly do you think we are going to do that? Without the sources, the beacon is as worthless as a heap of rusty iron.
The chroniclers are on it, and they will find the answer. Novice, tell Commander Aaron to join us. We need to plan the defense of the land. You, Prophet, will come to me as soon as you have recovered. Now, let us get to work.
Please, Tilo. Jorik is right. A war with Nerin? This is madness.
I know that it is going to be tough, but we have no choice. The beacon is all that we have.
Yes, the beacon. The beacon. The beacon. We don't even know what this thing does, let alone if it will work. If you start a war only because of that damn machine, it means putting the lives of thousands at risk, only because of some vague idea. This is ludicrous, Tila. It's entirely irrational. The man I knew would never have acted like this.
Yes, because that man is dead. I've made decisions driven by fear and selfishness before, and they were always wrong. I will not let that happen again. Seriously, Natara, stop acting as if this were about reason. You're just afraid of making sacrifices for what you believe in. You always were.
Sacrifices. This is about your damn pride, Telor. Nothing else.
Also, remember that according to the High Ones, he's not even actually an emissary. So, put that in your pipe and
The
smoke
sun
it.
be praised,
What
you've
the
made
frick?
it. Constantine. He didn't deserve this.
Wall? Is
It's
that
just
you?
not fair.
You know, he acted as if he was possessed. Kind of seems like his mind wasn't strong enough for all of this.
Then none of us are strong enough. Yeah, Constantine wasn't exactly the most approachable fellow, but he was a damn skilled mage. I have to talk to you as soon as possible. It's about the seal in that letter we found on the mercenaries in Old Rashengrad. I believe I'm onto something.
Really?
Their client is from Enderal. From Ark, to be more precise. Let's not talk here, though. Meet me in the Dancing Nomad. I'll be in the first room upstairs, right at the end of the staircase. And hurry.
Alright. I'll be there as quickly as possible.
Yes, see you there.
It says to confront him, but I seem to have lost track of the old guy. Can't imagine that he snuck past me while I was talking to the wall. God, that's a giant weapon. I didn't need to do that. It wasn't marked as theft anyway. Where is he? Okay, so we're looking for... saw something interesting. Nope. Thought it was a gem or something. First we're going to try and find a Ranthiel, and then he's not up here. Wait. Oh, yup. I've been up here before. How did I miss that? I think I've been up here. Yeah. There's no way that would have been empty, right? Anyway. So Aranthiel's not up here.
Move along.
Good news, everyone. I found him. So, what was that about you and your buddy Natara? You were arguing about something.
Irrelevant. This madman, Koarek. He has completely reshuffled the cards. Now we not only have to deal with the High Ones, but also with him and his fanatics. However, there's also good news. You have probably seen it already.
I'm guessing that thrumming sound is the beacon then. Thrumming probably isn't the right word, but whatever.
Physically, yes. And we also know how it works now, and how it can put an end to the cycle.
How did you figure that out?
It is easier than we thought. The beacon was constructed for one thing, to destroy the High Ones. Once reconstructed, infused with energy and activated, lit, as the Pyreans called it, it can banish the High Ones from this plane of existence.
So, effectively a temporary situation, with no guarantee that the world still won't be destroyed, because who's to say they can't just ruin it from wherever they get sent to? But sure, let's hope for the best. So it's supposed to destroy them, but how? The High Ones are like
immaterial, indeed. Essentially, they can be compared to the cold or to shadows. Omnipresent elements, yet we cannot touch them. Energy, if you will. However, there is a counterpart to each energy. Cold and fire, shadow and light, the High Ones and the beacon.
So is no one going to question how the Pyreans discovered this? Well, first off, remember, the High Ones told us, well, I don't think it was the High Ones that told us. Regardless, we know that the Pyreans actually didn't design the beacon. They only found it, put it together, and figured out how it worked. And, of course, what it did, being the most important part here. That alone should be just a giant red flag. But of course the Pyreans probably also think the same thing this guy is thinking. They just, that the previous people who discovered the thing or designed it or whatever or found it just didn't get the chance to use it. But darn it, they would be the ones. No, there's still too many questions. Nevertheless, I've rambled on in my own head for long enough, so let's go ahead and respond to old Aranthiel. So what you're saying, effectively, is that the beacon is the counterpart to what the High Ones are?
Yes. Imagine a torch driving away the darkness in the moment it is ignited. This is what the beacon can do, except that the banishing will be permanent.
That sounds too good to be true. Why isn't it lit? Didn't Skyrim mention sources?
Yes, as I said, it needs to be infused with energy before it can be lit. I take it you have noticed the 3 sockets on its base. They are what it draws its power from. Once they are filled, the beacon can be ignited and the High Ones will be undone once and for all. At least, if the old writings are true. The only thing left for us to find out is what these energy sources are. But we are close. Give the Arcanists some more time and I will let you know if there's any news. In the meantime, get equipped accordingly. Some of the Neremes have landed already, and outbreaks of the Red Madness become more and more frequent as we speak.
Well, we already know that distributing the sigil stones among the people isn't going to work. There just aren't enough of them to help. So that's off the table. Now, the Truchessa mentioned something about what happened in Kyra. What did she mean?
Well, it's only fair to tell you. You've always been honest to me, so I will do the same.
Well, I don't lie.
Have you ever heard
Most
of the
certainly.
Night of the Thousand Fires?
Yeah, I was personally going to say vaguely. I remember hearing about it somewhere, or reading about it.
Between 8,192 and 8,202, there was an underground movement in Kira called the Red Half Moon. They were brought into being by a group of intellectuals and philosophers who, under all the freedom of thought Saldrine granted them, started questioning the reign of the Golden Queen, and thus the Lightborn themselves.
Wait. Freedom of thought that Saldrine granted them? What does that even mean?
Saldrine saw himself as the god of knowledge, and accordingly he reigned his country. In Kira, no opinion is forbidden, which is why it is home to countless magic schools and universities, where people do nothing but discuss the reason for being all day long. An appealing thought if you hear it for the first time, but a cunning people isn't easy to rein. There have been more revolts and riots in Kira than bones in a graveyard, and the Red Half Moon was the worst of them.
So the Red Half Moon tried to end the reign of the gods just like your son did. Right?
Correct, just as my son did. But other than him, they fought like cowards. Terror, dust crystals planted in the marketplaces, and assassinations, you name it. If they killed innocents, they blamed the Golden Queen, and if they killed her soldiers, they celebrated themselves as liberators. However, they never succeeded in putting her down, and neither did she in destroying them, which is why the court turned to the Lightborn for help. A division of the Holy Order led by me, a young keeper of barely 30 winters.
So why did you come all the way from Enderal? Didn't the Order have a bastion on Kira?
None to be taken seriously. You know, not everywhere is the Order as present as here on Enderal, or as it once was on Narim. In Kira, we were ridiculed. I saw the Kiranian keepers who served the Golden Queen. A bunch of decadent gluttons who had dedicated themselves to the court's banquets rather than to the will of the gods. They were pathetic.
So what happened?
A moon after our arrival, we received an anonymous tip on where one of the half-moon's bases was supposed to be located, in a small coastal village. As we entered it, we were greeted by the township's elders, and the villagers themselves had gathered behind them. You should have seen how they stared at us, as if we were plunderers. I should have seen by then that something was wrong.
So they feared you. Didn't they know you had been sent by the Queen?
Yes, but if there was one thing the Red Half Moon was good at, it was sowing lies. According to them, we were nothing but butchers who executed everyone unable to recite the revelation word for word.
And so the thing was a trap.
That's what they wanted us to think, and they did a good job at that. A veiled person here, an archer on the rooftops there. I got nervous, because villagers are not, they bested us in numbers, and they had cattled us. Then a man seemed to charge at us, and I gave the order to draw weapons. It was just the spark they needed.
So I'm assuming a slaughter ensued.
No, not a fight. A massacre. The villagers had pitchforks and shepherd staffs, and we had shadow steel swords, let alone the fact that we were trained warriors. I realized that I had made a mistake a split second after it started, but it was too late by then. My men, they slaughtered them all, like pigs. At the end of the day, 300 people were dead, and only 10 of them were keepers.
Wow, you are really terrible at your job. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here. Did you try at all to stop the fight?
Have you ever been in a big battle? Even if my men would have stopped, the villagers were blinded with rage and panic. No. From the moment I gave the order, it was too late.
He's not wrong. I honestly can't say he's wrong. So the Red Half Moon set all of this up. Sure. I think I could understand the why of it, but let's make sure I'm not reaching. Why would they want an entire village slain?
Well, what better proof of the Lightborn's cruelty is there than a division of keepers who, out of pure wickedness, slaughtered an entire village, women, children included? If the people had already distrusted us before that distrust had turned into hatred, then nothing could have changed that, not even the Golden Queen's heralds. We set sail back to Enderal a week later. 2 years after that, the Red Half Moon destroyed itself due to infighting. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. Gotta be honest, if you panic, you panic. Just, it happens.
Maybe. The Lightborn and the Grandmaster back at that time showed the compassion I wouldn't grant myself. But I learned one thing, and that is that I will never again let fears about my own life influence my decisions. What happened in Kira was the consequence of my own cowardice, and my unwillingness to give my life for a just cause. That will never happen again.
Yeah, so enjoy the noise. I have other things to do. Wait. Yeah, not really.
You will take care of it as soon as possible. Your system will be fine. I'm certain of it.
Good. That's good. Thank you. And may his light guide you.
What a powerful beard. Okay, so we need to go get away from that noise, first of all. And second of all, we need to meet Lishari. I'm probably just going to say her name wrong on purpose just to remember Constantine. Because frankly, that was his best character trait, not remembering names. So, we need to go to... I know where we need to go. It's dancing something. But I don't remember what part of the city it's in. Is it in the Nobles' Quarter or the Foreign Quarter? Let's try Nobles. Oh, Lord. Now I'm starting to see the value in the memory, I think it was of the Vagrant. maybe, that allows you to produce keys from picked locks you've successfully picked. That way you never have to do stuff like this again. Regardless, we are through. Now to see what the Grandmaster has. He was, I think his key was 121? No, 1221?
West.
That's mine. Okay. So let's see. Key of the Grandmaster here. Yeah, I was right. It's 120. It's 1221. Yeah, so it's not even up here. Weird that the Grandmaster doesn't have a vault on the second floor. 12, 21. Why does this man have so much gold? I don't need gold, though. At least not yet. I'll leave it open. That way, it's just so weird to break into a vault and then leave it open so you'll know that there's something in there to take next time you visit. Okay. Oh. So,
Prophet, are you in there? Kiraj, what? Why? What have you done?
you know, I could ask you the same thing. It's a strange coincidence you're here, in fact. She told me alone to come here.
Watch your tongue, Shari. Be glad that the blood is already dry, or else you'd be nothing but a pile of bones by now.
It's awfully brave talk for a man in stabbing
Can't believe
distance.
it. Anyone? But Lashari? Yes, I know, Nea. But she was a good woman. We both know that we're not involved in this. So please tell me why you and Lashari wanted to meet up here? Were the two of you close? It's been a while since there was a man at Lashari's side.
No, it wasn't like that at all. I don't even understand why the option to lie would be there. I can't see a purpose for it. Unless the option I'm about to choose is going to basically reveal that she wanted to tell me something, and that's the reason I'm here. And that would not be a good thing if he's actually responsible for her death. Which, make no mistake, he has not been cleared. I don't know you. Do any of you know him? I don't know this guy. So as far as I'm concerned, he's guilty. Until proven otherwise.
So why?
Yeah, I don't trust this.
Your gift. I see. But then who has killed her? This doesn't make any sense. Maybe the murderer has left a clue. We have to search.
Yeah, I only pulled out Selna's Rage just for the light. Yep, just for the light. Jesser and the jewelry box are completely empty because I am really thorough. The frick did they even kill him with? So the body's still warm. This is empty.
What's this? Let me see. Yes! This could be our clue.
A glimmer dust bottle. I'm not even going to entertain the idea that she was for some reason interested in glimmer dust.
No, certainly not. But come to think about it, it doesn't really help us either. There are so many dust addicts in Ark, it would take years just to count them. Oh, by the name of the sun, I will inform the Order.
Shouldn't we keep searching, though?
Yes, you do that. But come back to the temple as soon as you're finished, alright? The Archmagister has found something out about those sources we need for the beacon, even though we paid a high price for it.
Who the frick is Lexel? Wait.
Yes, you should go into the Whisperwood and see what you can find in the old fortress. I'll wait for you in the Undercity.
Holy crap.
In my laboratory.
I completely forgot about this quest line. Like, absolute.
Yes.
That's.
You
Oh
should
no,
go
that's
into
a
the Whisperwood
rune
and see
sword.
what
It's
you can
complete
find in
junk.
the old fortress. I'll wait for you in the Undercity.
But yeah,
in my laboratory.
I completely forgot about this guy's quest. There it is. I've been to Fogville, right? Which way? Frostcliff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got deep into Fogville. There's a tower near there? I might have to go visit that again.
Hey, Stu.
From his house in Fogville. Frick! I could have taken care of that before if I had remembered it, that this was even a thing.
Paul, anyone?
Okay. So, where does they want us to go now? Seems to be in the Sun Temple, so we'll use a scroll. Because screw walking back outside. and then casting this spell.
The prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the
You know, I
shards of
think
this
I see a
particular
reason
stone.
why you might have
I
wanted
didn't
to
think I would
lie.
say this, but thank you.
There's a lot of people in the doorway.
Well met.
I think there's a decent reason why you might consider actually lying to Sharim. Was that his name? But the only reason I could think of for it to be
Oh, you're here.
useful
I
would
thought you were in
be
the city.
to get him to
No,
trust
the
you, but
Archmaster
why would you
ordered
need to
me
get
back.
him to trust you if he's
I wanted
already
to be
said?
here, to be honest. But the
Frick?
funerals, I could have done without them, though.
I
This
don't
way.
doubt that. I still can't believe
But lying would have
that
been...
really happened. Brother Yarrow.
Okay, come on.
was such a-
Yeah, this just doesn't make any sense.
Would have served to get you to
Prophet?
trust her, but...
Easy.
Probably not, no. I wonder how it's
Or him to trust you.
the infection.
I got distracted thinking.
Well, the red
Yeah, I
eye
remember this guy now.
madness only
Ah,
happened
if it
in
isn't the
last
Prophet.
stages of
What's wrong?
disease.
You look
What
troubled.
happens before that? And how? How can one tell
Uh,
someone is afflicted
Why? Scared you've caught
Lashari's dead.
but is not fine? You know, I've had this feeling.
Someone murdered
Something
her.
wrong with Yarrow for quite some time. Long
I
before
know.
that.
Shah Rim has already told me. I hardly knew her, but it's horrible. Different ideologies or not, she was a fine young mage, and her knowledge of the Pyreans was impressive. We need to find the ones who did this, and fast. But you probably already know that. Thank Malphus we just had a breakthrough with the beacon.
Shortly before he did it.
Yeah, Yeslin told me about that. Does that mean we know what's missing?
At least as far as the sockets go, yes. In the old tablets you found in old Dothugrad, there's talk of black embers, which are supposed to be some kind of energy supply for the machine.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch any of that. I was daydreaming of going back downstairs and paralyzing the bastard who's talking right now. Black Embers, you say? Any ideas? Any idea what those could be?
This is what we've been asking ourselves over the past few weeks, and then it fell like a pelt from our eyes. The Pyreans were talking about the Black Pearls. Old jewels, sometimes known as Blackstones. They appeared for the first time in the Golden Era, and every self-important noble literally fought to get one in his possession. Apparently they originated from Stormwind, the old city in the heart of Arctwind. They changed owners for decades, sometimes by violence, sometimes by gold. The whole thing only stopped when the owners took note of an undesirable side effect, if you like.
Huh. So they're cursed, huh?
No, at least not with any known magic. And that's what's so strange about it. Nevertheless, all of their owners eventually shared the same fate. Countess Katua from Nerim, for example, whose castle burnt down to its foundations. According to a survivor of this tragedy, she was to blame for that. He claimed that he saw her the night it happened, laughing hysterically and dancing in the dining room and summoning waves of fire all around her. She was not previously known to have any magical talent in her.
So these jewels somehow give their owners magical powers.
Correct. Plus, all of them eventually showed similar symptoms of delusion, like those possessed by the Red Madness do. A peculiar coincidence, if you ask me.
Yeah. That is certainly a word you could use. But what happened once the word got out to the public? That the stones were cursed, I mean.
Not quite.
Those who owned a pearl tried to get rid of it, or look it up somewhere safe, and eventually they fell into oblivion. Tell him your theory, Archmagister.
Yes, of course. We believe that the stones carry energy, pure, uncontrolled magic, and that the High Ones use them for their own purposes.
Remind me not to burst into tears.
Sure. So you're saying Are you saying these pearls are used by the High Ones to drive people to madness?
Correct. The pearls' magic make their owners powerful, but the High Ones befoul them, so to speak. Like a poison potion. I know it sounds odd, but the parallels are too striking to ignore. The red shimmer in the victim's eyes, the slow descent into madness, and ultimately this irrational, destructive act of violence.
Yeah, I think we'll skip that one. The High Ones themselves have always been there. We know that quite well by now. They've just been sitting back and watching as things gradually burn to the ground around us. This here, however, is a much better question. What exactly do they even get out of it? Why would they use these black pearls to that end?
That's a question I've been asking myself since we first learned of the cycle. Who knows? Maybe they like for us to suffer. Or maybe they see us as we see ants, whose lives simply mean nothing. Or maybe the very concept of intentions is meaningless to them.
I guess. So, you think the magic of these black stones could give the beacon the energy it needs, then?
That's what we think, yes. Nothing else in this world possesses that much raw power.
Which is why you will find them for us.
But if these stones are poisoned, as it were, isn't it dangerous to even bring them within the vicinity of other human beings?
No, because we know what we are dealing with. Unlike those who fell victim to the stones.
Ah.
Imagine them as a powerful, magical sword. A fool won't know how to wield it and will eventually cut himself with it. A seasoned warrior, however, can use its power for his purposes. Which doesn't mean, however, that we will be careless with them. What we need is their energy, and once we have transferred
So who's the
that to
fool
beacon,
here and who's the warrior?
The shells will be useless to the High Ones.
Yeah, we already know without the stones, the beacon is useless. So, how are we supposed to find these stones? Didn't you say they're scattered all over Vin?
That's right. But we don't need all of them. The beacon has 3 sockets, and that is how many of the stones we will acquire. Archmagister.
I studied the history of the pearls as a young arcanist, and I think that my notes might give you some hints as to where you should start looking. Give me until tomorrow. By then I will have prepared the relevant excerpts.
Sure, why not? Anything else I need to know?
Just come to me whenever you have questions.
And
I've got a...
I take it you have already noticed this, but Nerimi's troops are roaming our land and building outposts, and the Red Madness is also getting worse as we speak. Now go, Prophet. The sooner we find these stones, the better.
Yeah, this just doesn't make any
Let's
sense.
hope he knows what he's doing.
So, we're just going to pretend that Lashiri wasn't just murdered. A big part of this entire plan was just removed. We're not going to do anything about this.
Look, where is this?
Just, oh yeah, Lashiri was murdered in her room. So, about these stones that we need to power the beacon, that's not okay.
That's beyond me.
There has to be a way to continue on with that. Is she dead because I spent time talking to Aranthiel rather than going immediately to meet her? That'd be cool if that's why it happened. I mean, it would certainly explain why all of a sudden everyone's just like, well, whatever.
Yes, it makes sense.
But if it's not, it's just really weird that an originally pretty important character is just snuffed out and everyone's like, well, that's a thing that happened. So, I'm not okay with this. Because I don't know how this has worked out this way. I'm going to have to assume that this was just badly done. Like there's nothing that's going to lead me to the person who killed her. That's just well, maybe they will when we come back and get the documents from the Archmagister. But that'll have to wait until next time. I know there wasn't a whole lot going on this particular video. There was mostly just talking, so we can move on with the story and find new heads to smash. But we did kill some spiders and one lost one. What else did we do in that ruin? Nope, that was about it. We killed spiders. Dang. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here, aside from Lashari's murder that's just been mentioned and forgotten. But hopefully that comes back up soon, not later.
He knows what he's doing.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you're looking forward to the next one. Because, let's see, this will be going up Tuesday. So, yeah, there will be more. I don't know why I keep going over it like I don't really know my own schedule. Well, it's technically because I record these on an entirely different day, and then just have them sitting, waiting to upload, but never mind.
Pathlessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
You need to be. I don't have any weapons equipped. I can't threaten him then. And so with all that said, we will see you. And hopefully, the broken neck of Lashari's murderer next time.